Happy New Year, everyone. It's the Cinema Dude, and welcome back to my channel. This week, we have a massive thrift store haul. But before that, I just want to thank everyone for this past year. I restarted my channel back in April, just when kind of everything was kind of shutting down. I was home, and it I have to say, kind of got my mind off of things, and I'm really passionate about movies and collecting, and decided, let's take a jump. And I really do appreciate that everybody's been watching and enjoying my films and interacting as well. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone out there. I really, really do hope that you guys are enjoying my films. Like I've said before, I just do this for fun. I hope, even if it's some part, you just saw something, or hey, you know what, I'm going to watch this video today just to get my mind off stuff. I hope I've been able to help in some way. So I just want to thank everyone. I really do appreciate it. I have some fun ideas this year. One that I will probably put midweek this week, so you get a special midweek video. It's just a short one. It's going to be in the vein of the Criterion Closet and the Severin Cellar. I've decided to do a video, and I have a video with my cousin coming up, and it is the Cinema Dude's Spare Room. That's what I'm calling it, a little play on all those things. So I hope to have people in here safely as well. I want to just make that kind of known that when I filmed this one, I was far enough away. I was also wearing my mask, so that's what hopefully I can get one or two people that have been in my bubble in here, and then once hopefully this all ends, have some more people in there. So that will be something coming up. I will hopefully do some more interviews, possibly over Zoom with some other people this year. Also some more collection spotlights. Hopefully maybe soon doing another room tour video, because definitely gotten a lot more and definitely have rearranged. So a whole bunch of ideas I got kind of floating up here. But again, like I said, I just want to thank everybody, and I hope everyone has a nice 2021. So let's jump right into it. So a AIM Vets or American Vets thrift store that is in the town next to me was having a huge 50% off sale. So I got a boatload of stuff. It was kind of funny because I thought I got a lot, but I overheard a cashier say, "Oh yeah, somebody got $70 worth of movies," which I'm like, okay, half off. That's like 140 movies that person bought. But they range from some film noir, some film stuff. So I believe all the stuff came from a 3,000 movie collection that somebody had just came in and donated. So I think they're just kind of weeding that stuff in and out. So let's jump right into it. And first we will start with a whole bunch of these. And I got a few more, but they're somewhere in here. I might have put them away already. And they are Sinister Cinema releases. If you guys happen to remember, in my VHS video, I had a Sinister Cinema VHS release. So, but they also do DVDs. Now, a few of these are on other collections and stuff like that. But these are just kind of cool, and for 50 cents, why not? Some of these don't have any releases. A lot of these are like British crime films. There's like a science fiction one here. So I'm just going to go through these really quick. We have The Green Cockatoo. We have Power Dive. The Perfect Clue. Stop Before I Kill. This one I do have. I realized that after I got home. This is a Hammer release, and as you can see, it's just kind of generic DVD-R. This is on a few Hammer release sets that I have. Secret Column. The Crimes of Dr. Mabuse. And again, this, I believe, has a release as well. The 27th Day. That one I also have in a separate release. And then The Broken Horseshoe. So those are those releases that I got. Next, we will go with kind of more some generic stuff. And then with these, I'll kind of just run through. I'll stop at any point, just like those, where if there's anything interesting. So first, we will start with Julius Caesar. This is the 1953 version with Marlon Brando, directed by Joseph L. Mankiewicz. This one is from 2006, and it has a introduction by TCM host Robert Osborne, a featurette of the rise of two legends, and then a Marlon Brando movie trailer gallery. So, and this one was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and winner for Best Black and White Art Direction and Set Decoration. And it remains one of the best movie adaptations of Shakespeare. So, yes, very excited to add that one into my collection. Been, like I've said, kind of all over the place last year in terms of getting things. Getting more classic films was a tiny bit. Like I said, I got a lot more exploitation and film noir stuff. So, hopefully this year maybe more classic films. Then we have John Wayne in Ride Him Cowboy. This is from 32, and it was part of like a series, I believe. And this was like when he started doing stuff from August of 33 to July of, August of 32 to July of 33, where he made, in 11 months, he made 6 films for Warner Brothers. And then this would be 7 years before he found stardom in Stagecoach. So it's kind of his early westerns. So that is Ride 'Em Cowboy. Then we have John Barrymore, Clark Gable, Lionel Barrymore in Night Flight. And this is from 33. And let's see, this is Vintage Sports Champion Series. Series short, Swing High, classic cartoon, When the Cat's Away. But polio breaks out in Rio de Janeiro. The serum is in Santiago, and there's only one way to get the medicine where it's desperately needed. Flown in by daring pilots who risk the treacherous weather and forbidden peaks of the Andes. A grand hotel worthy cast. John and Lionel Barrymore, Clark Gable. Headline this thrilling adventure from the novel by Anton de Saint-Exupéry, who did The Little Prince. Forceful men clash, lovely women wait, and fragile biplanes challenge the skies. So it is Night Flight. Then we get with Spencer Tracy film that is 30 Seconds Over Tokyo. This is from 1944. Let's see. There is a Academy Award nominated short, which is Movie Pest. Vintage Passing Parade short, The Lady Fights Back. Classic cartoon, Bear Raid Warren, and then theatrical trailer. So this is coaxing a hulking Mitchell B-25 in the sky for a short 500-foot carrier runway on a bouncing sea is dangerous. Tougher still is doing it with a full bomb load. But for Lieutenant Colonel James Doolittle and the crewmen of the 16 B-25, it's just the start of the mission. So this is is a World War II film. And then speaking of World Wars, this one I was very surprised to find this because this literally just came out. And this is Peter Jackson's documentary, I guess, restoration of They Shall Not Grow Old. And this was film footage that he took that was deeply fading away and breaking apart of the First World War. And He literally took that archival footage to bring to life the reality of war on the front line for a whole new generation. Footage has been colorized and transformed with modern production techniques to present never-before-seen details. So this was highly recommended, and it was supposed to be pretty good, and it's sealed too. So looking forward to checking that out. Then we go into kind of something a little more funny, and this is a Roman Polanski film, and that is The Fearless Vampire Killers, which stars Sharon Tate, and I believe this is where they met, her and Roman Polanski. So it's here's spoofs vampire movies with this droll balancing act of shocks and laughs. And he also portrays Alfred, a mousy apprentice to the doddering researcher of vampirisms, and the love-struck defender of gorgeous Sarah, which is Sharon Tate. When the Count tries to make her the ghoul of his dreams. And then there is a vintage making of featurette, The Fearless Vampire Killers, Vampires 101. Theatrical trailer on here as well. So that is The Fearless Vampire Killers. Then we have, this is a alpha video release of The Student of Prague. It's actually kind of funny because this does not have a release in the U.S. That's not an alpha release, so very excited to add another silent film into my collection. Alpha Video, as you guys may know, is very hit or miss on their stuff. Sometimes you can't even see the stuff, so... But for something that isn't on anything else, sure. Next we have Spike and Mike's Classic Festival of Animation. So this is just a whole bunch of animation styles. They have like Bambi Meets Godzilla, Slim Pickings, Tightrope, Barfly, so a whole bunch of that, pencil sketches, CGI, claymation, and then with over 40 minutes of behind-the-scenes making of original storyboards, commentaries, personal bios. So kind of a cool animation set. This is from 2002, so very kind of cool. And then, which I've never actually seen one of these before. Maybe this looks like it came from FYE, but it is behind the music release, and it's of Blondie. So it goes from their start to 1999's No Exit album. So kind of cool. Like I said, I've never seen a behind the music's actual DVD. I saw the show a long time ago, but kind of cool. And then I found a Disney release of I would probably say a horror movie that I feel like doesn't get another representation. I think because it isn't on Blu-ray yet, and it's just this release, and that's Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes, that stars Jonathan Pryce. So it's from one of Bradbury's most popular and intriguing novels of Good versus Evil. On a grim and dusty October day in Greentown, Illinois, two young boys encounter a distressed man who foretells the dangers blowing their way. Soon after, the town is visited by a seductive stranger named Mr. Dark and his pandemonium circus. Mr. Dark, played by Jonathan Pryce. Terrifying things begin to happen when the adventurous boys stumble upon the carnival's deadly and destructive secrets. So, definitely a nice viewing for Halloween time. This, again, like I said, it's not really readily available. It's really just this DVD release of it. So, but very excited to have this in my collection. This will go good right next to The Watcher in the Woods. So those were my kind of generic stuff. Then we're going to some sci-fi, which I got the Day of the Triffids. This is a cheesy flicks one. So this is just the film that the plants kind of come alive. I believe this is British. where this is from. I want to say the early 60s. So don't have that one. Then we have a kind of a classic science fiction. I really don't know what you're saying. It's 50 style science fiction movie. Yeah, and that is Amazon Women on the Moon. This did just get a Blu-ray release, but this has Joe Dante, John Landis, Peter Horton, Carl Gobley, and it's a whole bunch of like interspersing. It says, let's see. They're like sketches, but they're centered around a TV station which features a science fiction movie interspersed with a series of wild commercials, wacky shorts, and weird specials. This lampoon of contemporary life and pop culture skewers some of the silliest spectacles ever created in the name of entertainment. Doesn't say... Okay, deleted scenes, outtakes, and theatrical trailers are some of the special features here. But whole bunch of famous people are in here. But haven't had that, so decided to add. Then we have Tony Curtis in The Mummy Lives. And this is... I want to say this is... Oh, no, this is a Canon video one. So it's a Canon film where it's pretty much he's a mummy that comes back. It's from the 93 actually it's from. I definitely thought this was an 80s film, but it says, in the name of prophets the tomb is open, in the name of vengeance the curse springs alive. From ancient ashes and mummified wrappings a mysterious being rises and becomes flesh. I am the protector of dead, he atones. But he will do more than play Grim Reaper to mortals who defy the tomb's sanctity. He wants to reclaim the woman he loves. Past and present converge with terrifying results in this gripping tale inspired by horror master Edgar Allan Poe's Some Words with a Mummy. Tony Curtis plays Dr. Muhazid, a reincarnated soul who under undying love has deadly consequences. Since his arrival, venomous serpents, wraith, phantoms stalk, and certain young women's nightmares erupt into more frightening days. The tomb is open. Enter at your own risk. So, kind of a cool horror movie. I saw this before, and I was going to pick it up, but then I was like, it's okay. But then, for pretty cheap, yeah, I added it. Then I have the Wade Williams collection, Teenage Monster. This is from... Does not say. I believe it's a 50s film. A rare fusion of Old West, Gothic horror, and science fiction. Raised from a mysterious meteor, kills one man, infects his teenage son into mutating werewolf-like malady. The meteor monster goes on a murderous killing binge and terrorizes the countryside as the sheriff and townspeople watch in horror. A true atomic age ozoner designed for drive-in passion pits for the day to entertain non-rocket scientists and keep something on screen while the real hot action was going on in the back seat. A concession stand moneymaker. One of the last films of legendary special effects makeup artist Jack Pierce, who created the original Boris Karloff makeup in Frankenstein and the Mummy. So, another Wade Williams one. I have a few of these, but haven't ever seen this one, so very excited to add Teenage Monster to my collection. And then, speaking of that, we have Beach Girls and the Monsters, like a 60s, 65. And it was also known as Monster in the Surf. And it's pretty much a beach party movie plus monsters. So there's that. Then we have Invasion of the Blood Farmers. This is from Cheesy Flicks from 72. I believe Vinegar Syndrome put this out. Somebody put this out. And somewhere off an old country road in a sleepy little town in upstate New York, a young woman is terrorized by a group of rural farmers primarily interested in the harvest of bodies and blood. We warn you, don't eat before you see this DVD, or you'll have nothing to lose. So that is that. Then we have Breeders from the 90s, which is another kind of monster movie. This was put out by Code Red, I want to believe. Did a release of that. And then we have Strange Invaders and Invaders from Mars, kind of like some 80s science fiction. One is a remake, one is kind of a play on science fiction stuff. And that is the Midnight Movies releases. And then we also have science fiction double feature of Battle Beneath the Earth and The Ultimate Warrior. One starring Kerwin Matthews, and the other one Yul Brynner and Max von Sydow. So those are those. All right, now we're almost into the final stretch. So I was able to pick up some boutique releases as well. Got a stack of Olive films, got a stack of others and stuff. So first was an Umbrella Entertainment release of With Great Power, the Stan Lee story. So this was from 2011. And it's just pretty much a documentary about his life. So very cool to add that, especially too because it is a Umbrella release and it is also all region too. So I'll be able to play that DVD here. Then we have Fritz Lang's Ministry of Fear, the Criterion release. And this has a 2K digital restoration, an interview with Fritz Lang scholar Joel McClaney, and then a trailer too. And this came out in 2013. So I didn't have this Fritz Lang release. So very excited to add another Criterion to my collection. Then we have two kind of, I guess you would want to say 70s erotic movies, I guess. One is more erotic horror and one is kind of just exploitation. And the first one is Vampires from 74. And this was done by Jose Ramon Lazar. And this is part of he had like 3 or 4 like blood kind of films, also known as Daughters of Dracula. So this is the Blue Underground release. It has international trailer, U.S. trailer, commentary with director Jose Ramon Lazar, Return of the Vampires, interviews with the stars, Lost cavern scene, and then so they have just kind of a whole bunch of stuff on here. So kind of excited to add another Blue Underground to my collection. This release is Arrow has this part of set with like 3 of his films, I think. And then I got a Shout Factory release of The Stewardess. Try to say that 3 times fast. This has the 3D and 2D version. Again, exploitation, kind of sexploitation film. It says it's the first 3D sex film, and then it has tons of DVD extras, the 2D version, and then the 3D black and white version, along with the 3D color version too. So there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. This one actually goes for a pretty decent amount, surprisingly. Also, I've never seen Shout Factory put out sexploitation movies too, so interesting to add that. So one I wouldn't go after, but it is a Shout Factory release. I do like picking up kind of the boutique labels, so and add something else into my exploitation area. And then finally, the last round, so a whole bunch of Olive film releases that I got. We have 3 Secrets by Robert Wise from 1950. The Fighting Seabees with John Wayne. Firewalker with Chuck Norris from 86. And this is I think this is a Canon film. Yep, Canon group. Yep, so Canon film. The Great Spy Chase from 63. We have Captain Carney USA from 1950. And Dark City with Charlton Heston from 51. So a film noir. And so those were all my Olive release films. So very excited to add some more Olive release my collection is definitely increasing. And speaking of Dark City, we will go to the final area. And film noir, yes, they had a decent amount of film noir and stuff I've actually been looking for too. So was very excited to add these, especially these first four. They are part of. This was part of a set, I think, and it was missing the fifth one. But these also are individual on the Warner Archive stuff, and that is the setup with. Who's with this with? Robert Ryan, directed by Robert Wise. And this has a commentary by Robert Wise and Martin Scorsese. So it's just a, let's see, it says, Boxing Wednesdays, wrestling, and then it skips out, is a Paradise City's Wednesday card fighting after the main event. He's been 20 years in the game and is sure he's just one punch away from the big paydays. But there's one thing Stroker doesn't know yet. His manager wants him to take a dive tonight. The setups comes out swinging of one of the great films about the so-called sweet science. Robert Wise directs, shaping real-time events into an acclaimed and uninspiring film noir look at stale air venues, bloodthirsty fans, ring savagery, and delusion dreams of boxing. So a classic film noir. Then we have Gun Crazy, and this was Joseph H. Lewis, starring Peggy Cummings, and this has a commentary by film noir specialist Glenn Erickson, and it says, when gun fancier Bart Terr sees Anne Laurie stars sharpshooting act, he's a dead bang goner. He and her, as Bart Automate says, are like guns and ammunition. The two become bank robbers on the run, eluding roadblocks and roaring into movie history as one of the benchmark film noir works. And then this was selected for the National Film Registry and often cited as a forerunner to Bonnie and Clyde. So another classic film noir. And like I said, these ones I've been looking for. Then we have Robert Mitchum and with Kirk Douglas and Jane Greer in Out of the Past. So just another classic film noir with Robert Mitchum too. And then it has a commentary by film noir specialist James Ursini. And then another one, which this is, I believe this is on the Criterion has this now, and that is the Asphalt Jungle. Directed by John Huston, so his classic film noir, probably one of the landmark film noir films. So then it has an introduction by John Huston from Archival Interview, a commentary by film noir specialist Drew Casper, and then theatrical trailer on this one. And then finally, three more film noirs. Two are from a set called Gangsters, Guns, Floozies, Crime Collection. And we have T-Men. And this is from Classic Media and Sony. These ones doesn't say anything. I would have to check these out to see if they have any special features. But T-Men, Raw Deal, another classic film noir. And then finally, to end out, one I've been looking for a while. They have a Twilight Time release that's usually about like $50. But when I found just the DVD, I was like, you know what? Sure, I'll take this. Even though this is kind of now pricey because this set is out of print, I believe. And that is the Fox Film Noir number 11, Kiss of Death. This has a commentary by James Orsini and Alan Silver, Skills Gallery, and theatrical trailer. So very excited to have this one in my collection as well. So everyone, that was my huge haul. Thanks for watching. This one is almost half hour. But like I said, very excited to add these into my collection. Got them for super cheap, so another win as well. So everybody, what did you get over the holiday break? Anything you added to your collection? Any kind of stuff in here that you have a liking to, olive films, film noir, comment below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check me out too on Instagram at the_cinema_dude as well. Again, I want to thank everyone again, and everybody have a nice week, and hope everyone stays safe and healthy. So remember, everyone, be kind and rewind.